welcome to another edition of Wander 360. I am the very tired out Avis Gray.
And I'm the very beautiful Avianna.
So we have made it to Orcas Island. A few days ago, we were in St. Regis, Montana.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting being in St. Regis. I've only driven by it before. I never thought about stopping in there, but it's your kind of thing. I've never been to a bar where you can get drunk and talk to a bird that talks to you back.
That is the appeal, Avianna. That is why I go to St. Regis.
And now I know. I think I'll take Whitefish or Kalispell over St. Regis.
It just goes to show you're not country enough. That's the problem.
Avis, if we got to the anyhow. So Avis and I are on Orcas Island, which is an incredibly magical place. Avis had a lot of things happen here, right?
Yeah, I would say my life when I left Orcas Island has never been the same.
I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I don't know. Were you better before you met me?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little sharper.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay, anyway, so yeah, we're on Orcas Island, and we're going to be hanging out here for a couple days, doing some recording, and of course, karaoke tonight,
Avis, we do have to clear the air about something.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm ready. I know we were talking about this before, but...
No, we weren't talking about this before.
Okay, what do we got to clear the air about, Avianna?
I've been getting a lot of emails, phone calls, texts, carrier pigeon mail, people knocking on my door.
Avianna, what is it?
I am tired of people asking if we're together.
What, we're not?
No, we're not. I mean, you are God. Okay, I think you're a nice boy, Avis. You're a nice young man. You're good looking. You're funny. You're sexy. But, no. No.
Is that like no forever no? Or
no?
Like later on when you get to know me more, oh, sure.
No, it's still no. No.
I get it, Avianna. I get it. Well, just for your information, I've been getting a whole lot of email texts and all kinds of other stuff too. I just told them I don't know. So.
Well, I'm glad we cleared the air about that. Avis, you're just a good
Don't even say it, Avianna. Don't even say Avianna. Don't.
Friend. You're a good friend.
Thanks. You too. Okay, shall we get on to the rest of the podcast?
Podcast? What podcast? Are we doing a podcast? I'll just kidding. Go on, Avis.
All right. So what we're going to do is a flashback to Wisconsin Dells, which wasn't too long ago, but we recorded this back about 2 weeks ago when we were just delayed a little bit because of...
because of your sculpture that you're doing, which, by the way, I have to tell you, it turned out much better than I thought it would.
Thank you, Avi. I totally appreciate that.
Really, I mean, it's, you have the task of knocking out a sculpture in about 10 days and, and Mother Nature, no less. And you're just a boy, Avis.
Thank you, Avi.
So anyhow, here is some recording that we did back in Wisconsin Dells, and we hope you love it. We'll be here in Wisconsin Dells for the next, almost 3 weeks, right?
Well, 2.5. Which there's nothing wrong with being, stuck in Wisconsin Dells for 2.5 weeks. I mean, it is a great place to actually be.
Yeah, then why are you leaving it, Avis? I'm totally joking with you, Em. I'm totally joking. Okay, but anyhow, since we are going to be here for of just a little bit longer than we thought we were going to be, I came up with the idea of why don't we walk around and ask some people some questions? In particular, my whole goal was, this was my idea, right, Avis?
Yes, it was your idea. I'd give you full credit, Avianna. I did not even think about this.
Which is odd because with as many jobs as you have been through.
No, Avi, we don't We don't need to lay that out here, okay?
Anyway, what we did is we walked around town and we asked random people how did they leave their last job. Just hoping to find some good stories. And I think we found a few of them that were pretty darn good.
Yeah, I would say some of them were. They were probably. They ranged from criminal to kind of just dumb. Just dumb.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think that's the best way you could sum it up there, Avis.
So, Avi, I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's that?
How did you leave your job in Two Rivers?
It was really kind of just, I explained them my situation and gave them notice, and I left. I mean, I just kind of think that's standard for leaving a job. You give them enough notice and they can find a replacement or at least somebody they could train to do a job. And so that's how I left. What's your worst story, Avis, as far as leaving a job?
Well, let it be known, public knowledge here. I used to work at Chuck E. Cheese.
No way. You?
Yeah. Yes, you know this. But anyway, I worked at Chuck E. Cheese, and I was 18, and I had too much to drink.
Isn't it how some of your stories start up?
Yes, that is how some of my stories start out. At the same time that I was working at Chuck E. Cheese, I also was working at a pool hall. And so we were having a lot of fun at the pool hall and brought our fun to Chuck E. Cheese. If you could imagine a small pickup truck with me, my boss, his wife, a couple of his friends, and a couple of his kids in this little pickup truck. We were sandwiched in there. We get to Chuck E. Cheese. Everybody's having fun, partying, and I'm like, well, you know what? I think I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. And it was winter out, so I was like, I'll just go smoke in the attic. So instead of taking the steps to the attic, I went into the bathroom and I pushed up a ceiling tile and I climbed up onto the wall, put the ceiling tile in place. So you couldn't even tell that I was in the ceiling. Then I lit the cigarette, took a couple puffs, and I fell onto the other side of the wall, which was the tech room hallway, ripping down, I don't know, maybe 20 foot of ceiling tile, wires and pipes and all kinds of stuff just came falling down.
And this is pretty intense. So you actually fell through Chuck E. Cheese's ceiling. But you didn't wipe out any kids. No,
this was just landing in the hallway. I got up, put out the cigarette real quick, and ran out. So I wasn't really fired, but I was chased out of Chuck E. Cheese, out of the parking lot. Anyway, we grabbed the kids and everybody ran out. And my boss followed shortly after that, and we peeled out of there in our little pickup truck, like literally burnt rubber in the parking lot as he's running out after us.
Do you think that they would ever hire you back?
They actually did hire me back in 2017. I guess they had forgotten all about the whole falling through the ceiling thing. It had been a while. And I loved it. It was actually really fun for, I think I worked there for like another, maybe like 6 months. And I'm like, okay, I'm out.
I don't know how you could do that, Avis. I mean, I love people. But Chuck E. Cheese just kind of seems, it's a little overstimulating sometimes, right? It's always happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
That's what I loved about it, Avi, is that it was always just a happy birthday every day. Everybody in there, most of the time, they were having a good time.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see the attraction to that. It would probably be, if you're walking in there in a bad mood, you're probably going to walk out in a good mood.
Most of the time. I did see one fight there that was, it was pretty disheartening, when people have too much to drink and whatever problems they bring to the birthday party that they should not.
Are you going to tell us about it, Avis, or are you just going to meander around the story like you normally do?
Okay, I'll tell you. So I was outside smoking a cigarette.
No way. Why do your stories start off similar to like our amigo and Trigo? Like, are you guys brothers? Did you like...
Avianna, did you want to hear the story or what? Did you...
Yes, please.
Okay, so I was outside and it was late at night and I saw this it was a trio. So there's 3 people walking from the parking lot next to the building, and it was 2 men and 1 lady. And the guy turned and he grabbed a hold of the man that was next to him and lifted him up, put him up against the window, these big picture windows, and just started, really beating the tar out of him. And the lady tried to stop him, and she got elbowed in the face, knocked to the ground, unconscious, completely unconscious. Then he drops the guy. He's laying on the ground, picks up, I guess it was his wife or girlfriend or something, picks her up like he's a fireman, and then runs off to a minivan and launches her into the back of the minivan and peels out of there like he just fell out of the ceiling or something. Like
you would do it now, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. But just ripped out of there. That was pretty bad. But I've got all kinds of stories from Chuck E. Cheese.
I bet you do. I bet you do, Avis.
Alrighty. Well, after that wonderful story, that is about all that we have for this Wander 360. On our next Wander 360, we will have Valentino.
And I knew there was a bunch of college kids that had just come up from Paducah. And they were staying at the 3rd floor balcony, and they had a lot of beer in the cooler. So I was much stronger back then. Oh man! And I scaled up to the 3rd balcony in the dark, okay, and I grabbed the whole cooler of beer by the handle and back down like a ninja, okay? Just absolutely stellar. It'd be something you might see in like a movie, like Mission Impossible, that kind of thing. Because that's, in my mind, I had those kind of sounds going through my head.
I really think the Quick Trip Girl was my favorite.
Yeah, but, somebody lost the audio for that.
It wasn't me. Anyway, we will see y'all on the next Wander 360. Thank you so much for listening. Love you. Bye-bye.